G'day everybody. Well, for today's autopsy we've got this Kyocera branded model number FS820 laser printer. Fished it out my school skip bin. Unfortunately we can't run it because I didn't really get any of the cables, and of course I don't have any paper or anything with it. But just for the hell of it, I figured we'd pull one of these apart and have a look inside, because they've got some really cool electric motors and things in them. They're I believe I can even get a charcoal filter out of this as well, because for the corona wire that charges the toner drum, there is a little flyback in it. Yes, HV guys, there is a flyback in these laser printers. I don't believe that you can run them on the ZVS because they're very small and they will burn out, but we can have a look at them anyway. It's yeah, being a fan there probably is, that'll be a cooling duct going right the way through, and there'll probably be a charcoal filter at the end of that. But anyway, let's get the covers off this thing and have a look inside at how it works. Yes, I will point out, if you do try and pull one of these apart yourselves, do be careful of toner cartridges that could still be in them. This one still has one in. It is black because this is only a black and white printer. Make sure you very carefully remove those before you go tearing into it, because you don't want to get toner on your clothes or on your work surface or anywhere, because it's horrible stuff. It'll make a mess of anything. But yeah, other than that, feel free to do what you want with it. Okay, we've got the covers off. It actually appears the corona wire and charging drum actually come out as a replaceable unit. So there's the corona wire down there. It's a very fine tungsten wire that charges the paper, and it puts positive charge on the paper, and then this drum here puts a negative charge on the toner and then presses it onto the paper. And then down inside there, if I can get the camera to focus on it, there's a heater roller there. One's heated and the other is a silicon roller, and they then press and melt the toner onto the paper before it comes up through here. And you got the cooling fan here, which basically blows air over the paper to cool it down so it doesn't get too hot. But all of these units actually come out as separate parts. That's the laser unit here, which we'll take off next. Got various other pickup sensors and things here. I'm guessing that may be the I suppose you call that the flyback driver for the corona wire, because that's its little pickup there. As you can see, I can push down and it goes onto there. There's probably going to be a contact here that it presses down onto. Well, that's your main drive mechanism for the rollers. You got the feed roller there. You got the various other rollers feeding it into the machine. You got one of those little BLDC motors, like an LG direct drive motor, made by Nidec. It's a lot of these have decent quality parts in. I know they're all just the generic stuff, but some of them are pretty good quality builds. It also appears something's been living in here as well. It's a rather nasty looking spider's nest. Yeah, I don't really want to put my finger down there in case there is actually a spider still in there. Okay, here's the main laser assembly out and apart. I've taken the covers off so you can see how it all works. But it's fairly straightforward in terms of its operation. I've got a little red laser diode up inside here. I don't actually know how powerful it is, but that's down inside there. It then shoots a beam out through this lens here, which must either refract it or deflect it or focus it, if anything. Then goes through this diffuser here, which turns it into an oval shape. Then goes through this square lens here, which must flatten it out into a flat beam. Then hits this six-sided mirror, which is on another one of those BLDC motors, which that'd spin up very fast, like that, or even faster, and that would presumably curve the beam and send it through this lens here. Then goes past this little shutter door, which actually comes out. Then hits this mirror here and is then deflected down onto the paper, which is going through here. Now, whether it's got anything to do with charging the paper or not, I don't know. It's one of the things I've been very confused about is what the laser actually does in a printer. yeah, if anybody's got any idea on that, then feel free to leave a comment, but I just find it interesting to have a look at. But, anyway, let's get the gearbox out and also get the heaters out. That's mainly the last two components that are in it, apart from the control board and everything.